Oh, they're not. We don't have to even call them question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, or the team formerly known as Israel Premier Tech, because they have rebranded. Welcome to the peloton, Team NSN.
Say what?
Say what? Well, never say never, Kit, because that is apparently what NSN stands for. Tell me what you know, what we know. I want to know it all.
Yikes.
Well, first of all,
Yes.
it's an entertainment company. I think that's
okay.
that's the.
You mean
way
isn't
they would
it a
describe
band?
themselves. Well, they facilitate others. Doing
I was
the
referring to
entertaining.
the branding actually, but yeah.
The branding. That's
with
a whole
apologies
nother-
to
that's a
Nine Inch
whole-
Nails.
Yeah. So I raised this point in Slack the other day because when I saw this is immediately what I thought of, and then I went and looked at the logo for Nine Inch Nails, and it was confirmed that this is definite. There's just no way that they put this logo together without knowing the NIN logo. For those of you who are not 30. It's a band from a while ago. Trent Reznor is the front man. That's kind of the only man. And yeah, the logo for Nine Inch Nails is pretty much identical to NSN, except it's an I instead of an S. Flipped letter N at the end. Yeah, Johnny's got it up on the screen. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see. Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty clear case of inspiration. It would be a friendly way of putting it.
There's no originality anymore.
Yeah,
Maybe
imitation.
Maybe they're not big in Spain, although Nine Inch Nails seems like the type of band that would be big in Spain.
I feel like Nine Inch Nails, at least in the 90s, was pretty big everywhere.
I feel like continental Europe's still big into guitar music.
Trent Reznor also, the guy who is Nine Inch Nails, also he does film and TV scores now. People know
he's
who
great.
he is. Yeah. So, anyway.
I mean, he's prolific anyway.
Yeah, I think he's both great and prolific.
Maybe this is part of the plan to not make us get into the nitty-gritty of what's going on.
There we go. We have successfully killed 2 minutes on nothing related to the team.
That's great. For November, that's really good.
So, NSN, an entertainment company, co-founded by Andres Iniesta, who's a former Barcelona and Spanish midfielder. If I recall, I should have looked this up before, but also there's too much going on in November for me to be looking up Andres Iniesta's past. Definitely had some money troubles. NSN has also been involved in a couple of interesting deals, should we say, such as some sort of deal with Peru, I believe it was. Ian Trelaw's got an article on the website.
I can read the.
Oh, have you got it? Great.
Yeah, and actually, it'll be a good way for us to get Kaylee onto the podcast because it's the story is it's back and forth between Kaylee Fritz and Ian Trelaw.
Yeah, it's described as a round table, but really it's a
one
conversation.
cannot simply, and I'm pretty sure Ian had written half of it without Kaylee's input, but that's probably shouldn't have said that. But,
the round table was less round and more, I don't know, a
Ian
breakfast
looking
bar.
in the mirror. One cannot simply write a story on what we know so far. Ian has to make it into an conversation. It was good fun,
interesting.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Dane.
Well, yeah, let me just quote Kaylee. So that way we've brought him into this podcast. Even though
Yes.
he's not here, he's here. Right. So here's what Kaylee says about Iniesta and the NSN connection. All right. He's quoting a headline in Marca, which is a Spanish newspaper. Former Barcelona star accused of defrauding businessmen in Peru of more than $600,000. And then this is Kaylee himself. He's accused of doing this via Never Say Never. That's the company. That's NSN, right? Basically, a bunch of businessmen in Peru said the company used Iniesta's name to assure them that some big soccer matches would happen and they would get a return on their investment. And those matches allegedly did not happen, and so they allegedly did not get their money. And this is now switching to Ian, quoting Ian, which allegedly seems bad. NSN Sudamerica, the entity behind the organization of these events, has since declared bankruptcy and been placed in liquidation. And the money has apparently disappeared into the ether. So there is some
shades of Next Hash and Manuel Fundación.
They reference this in this story. So just go read the story, obviously, over at escapecollective.com, where also, if you're not a member, you can sign up to become a member. Right. It's definitely one of those things where we don't know a lot about the company. The purpose of the company is nebulous. And yeah, there's just some not great stories out there. On the flip side, we're not talking on the spectrum of World Tour sponsors, pretty mild.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The other sponsor that's in partnership but not named as a team is Stoneweg Asset Management, which is an interesting name. But I guess if you manage assets, you don't really have to worry about, real things like earning money. You just have assets. I don't know how it works. That's why I do this. But what we do know is that Stoneweg actually came on board with Israel Premier Tech for or during the Tour de France earlier this year. So they've been a known quantity amongst the team. We're currently trying to get some answers out of it. There's a bit of... I've got a couple of little things bubbling away. Nothing I can share live on the podcast, which is, a shame and not very good podcasting. But there will be an article at some point this week with what we know. Because what hasn't been said a lot, and there's been a lot of...
speculation?
Speculation, and the team itself, and also the Marca report on the story, because they're obviously very pleased that there's like a Spanish sort of involved team, like the Spanish involvement in a World Tour team. Like
they intend to be based out of Spain, don't they?
Yes,
Though they'll be registered in Switzerland, yeah.
Registered in Switzerland, but NSN is a sort of Barcelona-based company. So they're obviously been Marca of, I don't know what's going on there, but they're obviously flying the flag for this new team. But amongst all the talk of a new page for this team, that's the goal, right? That's why they've changed pretty much everything around, apart from a lot of the riders, is how much Sylvan Adams is still involved. That is what we're trying to get to the bottom of. We haven't been able to get a simple answer yet, which would logically lead you to believe that there is some level of involvement there, but we will get to the bottom of that before we say one way or the other. But it'll be on the site this week for sure.
We should also provide context for those who aren't fully engaged in the story. He's the co-founder, co-owner of the Israel Premier Tech squad. He's basically been the sort of standard bearer in public for the organization right up until late this year, when they simultaneously announced, one, that they were going to be sort of rebranding and shedding their Israeli identity, and also that Sylvan Adams was going to step away from day-to-day stuff. And so since then, it's unclear, is he still involved in any way? How much? And now it sounds like we're going to hopefully find out a little bit more about that, but we really don't know at this juncture.
Yes. Off mic, do we want to talk about the old kit, or is that more of a... Should I say that for the newsletter? Do you want to talk about it? It feels a bit like... What are we going to say apart from
poking the bear a little bit.
Yeah. I think written it down and being sure on what we're saying is...
This team is, entering serious confusion, or at least I am. But for one thing, having a look at the rider list, which I think is still incomplete. Well, we're expecting more signings anyway. But it looks like Chris Neylands, the former multiple, I think, Latvian national champion, has changed his nationality to Austrian.
Is this on the? Are you looking at the NSN website? Where
I am.
this?
Yeah.
Is it possible that whoever did this just got confused because the flags are pretty identical?
Yes, but they're not identical, are they?
I mean, I can
There's
see where
a
they're
thinner line of white, and it's a darker red. It's not great. It's not a good look, then.
No, it's not a good look. In defense.
My question is, who on God's green earth is using or finding emojis to use? Is it an emoji that they're using, or is it just a flag?
Yeah, it's just an emoji.
Okay, how do you? Who is scrolling down to pick the flag manually rather than just searching the flag? That would be. If we're going to criticize this new team NSN for anything so far, whether that's maybe just a light makeover to obscure from what people protested about last year, or any other number of things. First on the docket, who is manually searching for emojis for the creation of the team website?
It could be Escape member Raphael. I don't know if you guys saw this on the Discord, where he found emojis for all four constituent parts. Well, actually, various parts of the British and Irish Isles. He found emojis that, if you weren't looking closely, you might think were the correct ones. Particularly Cote d'Ivoire, because Ivory Coast and Ireland. Anyway, this could be him. I'm wondering if this is Raphael behind the scenes. So it's actually an Escape plant doing this. Maybe.
Just before we move off this subject, they've started to wish happy birthday to their various riders, which makes their social media, their Instagram page look... Yeah, it's not great. I mean, they also did the very 2010 thing of putting block colours across the whole width of their social media, their Instagram page. So now they're all out of sync. But anyway, the background of the birthday message for Marty Poe It's looking very Unibet Rose Rockets.
Oh yes, it is a bit. You're right. Maybe they copied the homework.
Lots
Yes,
of orange, pink, and purple and blue. Anyway,
The birthday thing, wishing riders
who
this
haven't even
happens
joined
in
the team yet.
sports, but just wishing people in general happy birthday. Like, why did that start? Is that just for social media managers who can then say that they did something?
Oh,
with
you
their
mean
day?
it's like I thought you were questioning the use of like celebrating birthdays generally.
No.
John, which
Look,
you never know.
Look, sometimes I'm a bit of a cynic.
Not- okay.
A birthday's totally cool. Think
But
that's
you're
even a
right.
good idea, perhaps. But yeah, wishing, like, who's ever looked like, imagine if Escape Collective account was like, "Happy birthday, Dane." You'd
Yeah.
be like, could you like?
I'd feel
I'll book
quite
the
nice
day off.
about
Leave
that,
me
actually.
alone.
Man.
Tell you what, it does look like it was taken on Team Camp though, because he is wearing what does look like a branded NSN jacket.
Unless
yeah.
that's just simply, photoshopped in there.
Oh yes, but
Or is
it's on a slant and it's slightly curved too, so it's
Yeah, now
very
I
good
kinda wanna, like-
Photoshop.
I
or
don't
it's-
know. I'm zooming in. That looks like it very well could be slapped on there.
does.
It's possible.
I'm saying,
Fair enough.
I'm going to call it. I think that's photoshopped. I think they got everyone to take blank photos and then they.
Maybe.
But yeah, we don't even know. We haven't been given the ins and outs of the relationship, what's going on. This is the thing, is that
Yeah.
it's just like there's a new name.
It's November,
a
November the
slightly new look.
24th, and we know nothing.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Yeah, the block color thing as well. I presume that's just because you have.
They
to,
haven't
like,
got a
make
team
your,
kit
Well,
yet.
they want to split out from the old photos of Israel Premier Tech because
Mm-hmm.
they have not started a new account and just taken over the old one, which fair enough.
Does make sense.
That's technically an asset, not one that Stoneweg would probably be interested in. But yes, thank you for bringing that to our attention, Kit. That's
Well, yeah, I apologise.
maybe that'll go to the top of my list of things to ask the team.
Okay, good.
Keeping it serious and buttoned up and journalism-y. Right, that's enough of that. I think we did fairly well. Maybe we'll just tell Kaylee afterwards that we did a whole section on Israel and just have him, slightly uneasy for the rest of the day until the podcast comes out. But he won't know that we kept it clean. Right, we're gonna assess our situation once more and be back for the C block. And the C does stand for cyclocross this time.